And what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You're tuning into the OneMic Music Network, live for you and yours and everybody in theirs. And right now, we're tuning in with the one and only NFA JayShawn, your girlfriend's favorite rapper, your baby mama's favorite DJ. Check me out right now. I got a special callers on the line right now. Ayo, caller, tell them who you are, where you from, and what you got going on.
Yo, this is 1-5. Beat Punisher, Star Money Click, Punish Me Vodka, part of the West Coast Heavy Camp. On God podcast with my guy Jimmy Two Times and my other guy Bad News. Yeah, that's what I got going on, bro. We just sitting here chilling with the homie Jay Davila, NFC, and we just had him on our podcast where we talk about sports and everything sports related. Man, it was a great time. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, I had a great time, man. Definitely had a great time. So, hey, two time, how long you guys been doing this podcast, and how'd you start it? Why'd you start it?
Well, man, it's been going on almost 2 years now, heading into October. And one day I was sitting around the house and I called Bad News, which is my homeboy. We've known each other 17, 18 years now. And I was like, man, remember that idea you had for the podcast, man? You still feel like doing that? So he had, hold on. The next thing you know, he uh he called my man 1-5 hooked us up on Spotify, and just as luck be have it, Spotify changed some of their information around, messed up some of the whatever they did going on, with how we did podcasts and audio wise. So that's how we started out, and the rest is history, man. We ended up on StreamYard, and thanks to 1-5, looking for a new avenue for us to do it visually, and we've been going hard ever since on that platform now for what now? What would you say? 1-5, probably about a year and some change now.
Yeah, with the StreamYard. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what it is.
And looks like we got another caller on the line. We're about to bring them on right now. What's going on, Young Money? How you doing? Try to get
What's
your
going?
face in the camera.
I don't know how I'm gonna get my face in the
There
camera.
you go, right there.
All right,
There you go,
all right.
perfectly.
Turn it
So
sideways,
yeah,
brother.
so now that you on the line, why don't you go ahead and you could pick up where we left off, and we were talking about how you guys started your podcast, and you called up 1-5, and the rest was history. Tell me about that call. How was that call when you called up 1-5?
Uh, it had been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Uh, I just had never had the right team together yet. It was always me and 1-5. I was always gonna have him be a part of it, but I just didn't know who the third man would be or fourth. But at the time, I figured I only wanted to be a three-man show, and my homie had started working at my job, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. But we had worked together before, and but we was already cool. Like we've been knowing each other for a long time. And we met when we was younger, and I knew our all our talks was always about sports. Like we always talk sports. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like we could have did anything. We could have did music. We could have did just anything going on in the world. But I just felt like my calling has always been sports. I went to school for that, sports broadcasting, because I wanted to be on ESPN. But I knew I couldn't be on ESPN because I'm almost like too street for it. So because I know you couldn't even tell me not to talk a certain way on TV. So I knew I was gonna want to say what I wanted to say. But yeah, two times came along, and then I told 1-5, I said it's time, and he was like, "You ready? You sure?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm ready." And then the rest is history. And we put it together, and after I got the team, I knew how I wanted the platform to be. You know what I'm saying? And then as we went on, we just built it the way we built it. You know what I'm saying? It got set up the way it was. Just like from the side notes was the first thing I thought about on the first episode. I said, when we get done with the episode, we're gonna do this. And but these two guys they've made it easy because it's we bounce off each other. The transition is really easy though.
And that's something I wanted to bring up, the synergy. So 1-5, tell me how the synergy is being a 3-man podcast. How do you guys keep up with that? How do you balance that? You know, for people who want to start a podcast, we always see like 3 people in the podcast, like the Breakfast Club had 3 people, Hot 97 had 3 people. I always like those kind of shows too, because you always get a variety of opinions, right? And different outlooks all in one show. So how do you feel about the synergy? How does that work? How do you guys manage that?
Oh, well, me and Bad News have been kicking it for at least 15, 16 years musically. So we already know how to push each other's buttons a little bit, and then how to joke around with each other and stuff like that. 2 Times is new to me, but he's been around for Dane for a long time, so they kind of knew the same thing. And so it was really on me and 2 Times to kind of learn how to work together, because me and Dane was there, him and Dane was there, and really all it is you just gotta let the one guy take the lead. Dane's the host of the show. We let him take the lead, and we feed off of that. You know what I mean? So you can't have all Chiefs up there. You gotta have some engines, if you get the analogy. So we kind of bounce off of each other like that. We let Dane take the lead. He gives us the direction. One of us will say something, the other one will bounce off of that, and then we'll just go from there. And it's usually makes for good TV, good show. You know what I mean?
So Dane, you definitely are like the program director of this podcast. So get into that, man. How do you organize that? How do you structure that? What comes to your brain the first thing to say, all right, this is what we need to do? And this is just for people who are trying to create a podcast, a little bit of insider information from somebody like you, because y'all definitely are legends in the making. I see you guys all the time, very consistent. And that's what I'm all about, is consistency. I always tell people, and if you want to be successful in anything, then just be consistent. You could try to learn how to ride a unicycle. You want to learn it really good, be consistent. You want to learn how to build a rocket, be consistent. So you guys are doing this with podcasts. So what's the first thing that comes to your brain when you got to organize this? Like, where's the organization? Where's the structure, the creative content? How do you come up with that?
Well, the first thing is I'm a sports junkie by nature. So the focus of the show was I'd always want to do sports regardless, because I felt like it's my lane. I'm a musician, period. So I could have did music on a music podcast, but I felt like so many musicians do podcasts, and when they do a podcast, they talking about what's going on 9 times out of 10 in the music world. I didn't want that. I felt like I want to do what has always been my calling, but the way I set it up is easy, really set up based off of what the knowledge I get from I watch every game, what we got going like really easy. Like this comes to me.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Shit on my phone every day, all day. So all I do is tell the guy we're doing. This is what's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
yeah,
now
we hear you. Okay. So what happens is I already be planning what's going to happen because I stay up in the sports world anyway. So I get acknowledgments all day on my phone. So what I do is if it's the main story, I'll get it on my phone. I'll screenshot it, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not around to write it down to let myself know, well, this is what happened. So what I do is I screenshot it. I go back, when I get back to my house, I'll write it down. So by the time the show come on, if I don't, they're always going to know what we're talking about, but I love to throw them. I love to throw them a dinger so they don't know what's coming. So when I catch them off guard, you don't really know what either one of their answers is going to be. And that's just like the crowd. When the fans is tuning in to us, it's like, I wonder what their answer is. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with podcasting is just keep people assertive on what you're talking about. Make sure people is really paying attention to what you're on, and don't be watered down. Like if the sports world talked about the same shit for 5 days, we're not talking about it. We might bring it up, but we're gonna talk about it for like a minute. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna have a whole subject around that. We don't do that. We don't follow the trends. We are the trend. That's our whole movement. Like we don't do what everybody else does, bro. That's why our podcast is different, honestly.
And to go to two time, like I like the part where you started shouting out people's birthdays,
Mm-hmm.
like that was in the sports world. Like that's really creative right there.
That's
I
his
like the
thing.
how you have at the end you want people to put their input to. What made you come up with the whole birthday situations? Is that something you do a lot?
Well, it wasn't something I did at first when we first started off. I would just say random stuff, and I still may do it, but I figured that was more consistent. You know, as many shows as I've watched throughout the years, whether it was pre-internet or post-internet or currently, however the situation may go, a lot of different lanes have their own little trajectory and scenarios of how they do things, a routine. And that's what I wanted to kind of bring. But I always wanted to let people know that that birthday could be for anything. It could be music, but majority it's for sports. So I figured like that was my little thing. But just let it be known. I may not have a birthday that day. I might just say something, that comes to my mind, which is a side note, which is what we call it.
And I love those side notes like that, like because those be the most like intriguing parts of the show. Like when they do, like on the Breakfast Club, for example, when they do Donkey of the Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to know who's the Donkey of the Day, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all
Right.
have something like that, like the Donkey of the Day, but for sports or something like that? Is there a donkey that y'all talk about?
We used to have a damn, what's the one thing we used to do, man? We stopped, we did it once and then we didn't keep it going.
I think it was
Uh
called "You Stupid."
Like
Cole,
who
you
got the
stupid.
Butterfingers?
It's
Butterfinger
called
hour?
it's called Cole, you stupid. If anybody watches Martin, every time Tommy
Cole, you stupid. Yeah, I know.
Cole would do
Yeah.
something stupid, and we have the Cole, you stupid. So if you do something stupid or you make a bonehead play, it's Cole, you stupid, and that's our thing. So don't try to steal our shit, world. Don't do it. Don't
Yeah,
do
we got a receipt now. We got a receipt.
it. Yeah.
Bring that back, cause that'll make me want to know who's stupid, yo, for
Oh
real.
yeah, well
Cause
I
I want
got
to
you.
Oh
know
yeah,
what's
it's
going
coming
on.
back. It's coming
I
back. It
got
was
you.
a trial run, but we will bring it back.
Yeah, we definitely gonna bring it back.
Yeah, I definitely like those, man. And that's like little parts right there, too, time that people really like a lot. Like, it's intriguing and it makes you stand out as one of the hosts that has these special, deliveries to give them. Like how it says positive note, right? Like the Breakfast Club at the end, they'll do the positive note. So
Yeah.
yeah, yo, I definitely like the show, and I'm very happy to be on it. Anytime you guys want me back on the show,
Oh,
I'll
definitely,
definitely
man,
come back
definitely. This
on
the
it.
day was just
Yeah.
legendary.
It was fun. I'm a little bit of a comedian sometimes. I might come at your team if it's the Bengals, or the Browns or the
Hey
Dolphins.
man, that's welcome, man. That's welcome.
Right? Yeah, I might
Oh,
come at them.
shit.
I don't know how to stay quiet in certain situations like that. So, but yeah, that's the type of element I could bring to the show. I don't mind coming at somebody's team. And because I know my team, hey, we the best, baby. So, hey,
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 we all play so well about ours.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
we the
all right.
best. We the best. So, hey, listen, I'm gonna put the description below on how to find the podcast. What's the name of it? How can people find it? 1 5. Tell them, man. Tell them everything.
All right, so it's the On God podcast. We're on YouTube, On God podcast on YouTube, and we do lives on Facebook. So you can find us on our lives on Facebook and on YouTube. So typically we go live usually Sunday nights about 7:30 before the second game, and then we'll just do a random day through the week whenever our schedules align, and we'll get that cracking. And then yeah, please rock with us, like, comment, share. Uh, join in with some comments. If you guys want to hear something on something, throw us some ideas. We'll talk about it. We'll give you a shout out on the podcast, all that good stuff, man. We're very, very user friendly.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And man, this show was brought to you today by Shop. That's JIKU.shop. Go check them out. It's an online platform. People are making a lot of money using it every single day. There's people making up to 10K per month. Go to Shop and you could buy and sell all kind of things today. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was the OneMic Music Network. I appreciate you guys. Hey, man, tell everybody you know to share this with all their girlfriends immediately.